Hi, my name is Amir Manzoor. The topic of my presentation is comparison of Montessori and Reggio Emilia approaches in early childhood education. My student ID is 8370487. It is the table of content of my presentation. There are historical background of both these teachers, and then the view of the child, role of the parent, curriculum, environmental, and role of teacher, and similarities and differences. We will examine the two early childhood teaching approaches of Montessori and Reggio Emilia in this presentation. Child development thinking together with learning environment and teacher-parent educational responsibilities. They came into being through the application of these educational approaches. This presentation will enable us to understand the function of different aspects of including their background, along with the key element and approaches for child development. The Montessori education method, it joins Reggio Familia in their belief that children needs to be the fundamental focus of learning activities. The two educational approaches, it presents different structures of learning environment, curriculum, and the teacher roles while they handle parent engagement differently. So both these models, they are child centered but differ in structure, teacher roles, view on curriculum, and how the environment is used to support learning. So understanding these contrasts between these approaches, they help parents, educators, and different caregivers makes informed decision about children's early learning experiences. This comparison will help us to get the important insights to support those working in educational aspects as well as family environment, who must make choices between education methods matching their specific needs and educational aims. So the Reggio Emilia and Montessori approaches, they're oriented in the different ways. First one is oriented in northern Italy after the World War II, while the Reggio Emilia schools, they are characterized by aesthetic learning environments, long-term project work, and the documentation of children's ideas and learning journeys from the different kinds of environment. So it can be helpful in different ways. Historical background. This slide is all about the historical backgrounds of these two different opinions. During the early 1900s, Dr. Maria Montessori established the method, which she has worked as both as a physician and an educator from Italy. Through working with children who had disabilities, she discovered children can learn above expectations when they receive proper education, tooled in sportive learning environment. According to her, children are viewed as active agents in their development, requiring freedom within limits, so that they can explore and they build different kinds of knowledge. Within her educational approach, she teaches students to possess independence while keeping boundaries, so that it can emphasize both child-centered treatment and using different helpful materials which fulfill both learning goals and developmental requirements. While on the other side, during the World War II, the Reggio Emilia approach took its initial form in the northern Italy. They, together with local parents, formed the education institutes which established the democratic learning methods. So learning is relational and collaborative, emerging from interaction with peers, adults, and environment. From the Reggio Emilia perspective, children maintain the state of competence and possesses rights instead of being understood solely through their needs. So this philosophy drives its core values from teaching principle based on collaboration, alongside with the both respects and developmental through different kinds of activities. The next one is view of the child. Um, it positions the child as a powerful, competent, engagement in their own learning. According to the Montessori learning principle, the child behave as both as curious and skillful people who achieves success with proper boundaries and adaptability in their learning environment. It construct the knowledge through exploration and inquiry, often sparked by their own questions. Students in Montessori experience freedom to choose from different sustainable activities based on their age level, while it rely on the other factors such as the education, family background as well. According to her technique, the students they should develop the inner drive while they becoming both independent and disciplined. So classes are guided by observation instead of instructions, which allows teachers to believe the students will select meaningful tasks when they receive the educational opportunities. While on the other hand, the Reggio family approach children are treated with deep respect, but their social interaction with the didn't take priority. Reggio includes various expressive methods which they term the hurdle language of children, including the drawing, music, storytelling, movement, and play. The natural process of learning happens automatically whether children participate with their surroundings. So it follows a structure system of dependence, yet it plays focus on collaborative systems, which encourages the interactive exploration starting from children-driven strategy. Role of the parent. Montessori education depends heavily on parents who act as essential alliance members through their contribution to child and sport. The limited classroom involvement of parent does not restrict them from adopting Montessori principle at home through sporting practical learning and then offering child directed scene making within specific the limits. Parental engagement interacts classroom observation and educational conferences and the school. So each area has the specific material designed to self-controlling and correcting and developmental approaches. In this way, lessons are introduced sequentially basing on different kinds of methods, which help the students getting more knowledge and more development in with the passage of time. While on the other hand, parents in the Reggio Emilia approaches, they actively work alongside educator as they build up the educational experiences. Um, it approaches view parents as the co-constructor in the educational developmental process as well. The family involvement, it's integral with parents regularly engaging in dialogues with teachers, participating in different projects and contributing to the curriculum decisions. Raju is shaped by displaying parents' viewpoints together with their children's work, with the underlining the connection between cultural identity and community stores and the understanding its meaningful learning environments. Curriculum. Children in Montessori education, the classroom environment is referred to as a prepared environment. The Montessori curriculum consists of four main branches known as practical life and sensorial and mathematics and language of cultural studies. The designated purpose-built materials in in each learning domain allows children to investigate independently. So also it organizes and designed to foster independence, the order as well. The materials are intentional and hands-on, each serving as the special educational purpose. While on the other hand, the Reggio Emilia curriculum is emergent, which is meaningful to evolves based on children's interstate and questions. The process of documentation the functions as the fundamental element for curriculum development. Teacher monitors children's interaction and drawings as well as their activities for addressing the developmental milestone and preparing future educational plans. So this fluid responsive curriculum fosters critical thinking, creativity and collaboration. Environment. The Montessori teachers are often called guides or facilitators. So their primary role is to observe the child's development and introduce the different kinds of material at the right time. Intentionally makes the very single object the space. This approach of meaningful decision allows workers to focus on their work while without any interruption. So So teachers should trust the child's natural motivation to learn and aim to interfere as little as possible. On the other hand, the Reggio Emilia approach, the environment is known as the third teacher. Classroom are designed to be beautiful, inspiring, and reflective of the children's learning. In this way, the spaces are filled with natural light, mirrors, planes, plants, and the materials that invite exploration and more kind of creativity among the children's. So outdoor spaces are equally evaluated as well in this process. Then it comes to the role of the teacher, the facilitators. Despite the differences, Montessori and Reggio family, they share some core values in this regard. Developing independence combined with their inner drive nature in the main as objects for natures. So it shows as the sole triggers for the introduction of minimal classroom interferences. So both they reject rigid curriculum and standardized testing in favor of holistic and developmental practices as well. So they document learning through photographs and displays which help guide future planning and invite the further exploration. They also work alongside children to explore different ideas, ask questions, and so that they can build knowledge. Conclusion: both these are Montessori and Reggio, they offer valuable and philosophies of early childhood education. Montessori emphasizes structure, independence, self-discipline, and individual learning through a proper environment, while on the other hand, Reggio Emilia, it fosters a creativity, collaboration, and expressive through a flexible child learning curriculum. As a educator, understanding these approaches enhances our ability to create responsive and inclusive and meaningful learning experience. So these theories they shape the sport according to the children's changing needs and the ideas. Reggio teaches established learning dialogues through which children maintain control to express themselves. These two they provide over through the educational teaching methods through their practices of faith in children and their learning abilities. A knowledge of these education approaches make teachers and parents both equipped to create individualized learning environment. So this is the reference part, and with this slide I conclude my presentation. Thank you.